Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Phil Arno.
And I'm Kim Piazza.
And Kim, one of the top shows that we have here on WBBZ is MASH. And one of the stars of MASH is Loretta Swit. And Loretta, after several years of trying, has been convinced to come to the Pulaski Day Parade, which is being held this weekend in Western New York.
It's quite a coup for Western New York, isn't it?
And we're thrilled that we're going to be able to, I think, sit down and talk with Loretta. And today on our show, we have Brian Rusk, and we're going to be talking about the Pulaski Day Parade.
So joining us now, we have to update us on the parade this weekend are Brian Rusk, who is the president of the General Pulaski Association and longtime distinguished supporter of the Polish Americans in Western New York. And sitting next to him is Mira, and I hope I say your last name correctly, Mira Schramel. Did I do okay, Miss Mira?
Yes.
Schramel. Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's okay.
Well, be patient with me, Mira.
Yes,
and
okay.
Mira is coordinating the parade, and Mira has been coordinating this parade, I think, for 15 years. Welcome, both of you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
And this is going to be quite a weekend. It's not just the parade. There's a lot of events going on, starting Thursday, I believe.
Well, we have the Polish American Festival. We work very closely with Cheektowaga Supervisor Mary Holtz, and we moved the parade a dozen years ago from the east side of Buffalo to where the Polish people moved to Cheektowaga. So we're very thrilled with Loretta Swit coming in, and it's wonderful that you ever featured on MASH on your station. We've been working on getting Loretta Swit for 15 years, and I finally wore her down. Last year she was on Broadway. She's had 2 Emmys. Again, MASH was the most watched show in the history of television, the last episode of MASH. And Loretta Swit was from the pilot show all the way to the last show for 11 years. So she's very proud of her Polish heritage. All her grandparents are from Poland, and she grew up in Passaic, New Jersey. She loves her heritage, the Polish language, the Polish history, and finally, after 15 years, she said yes. And with Mira Schramel working so hard on the parade, we're going to have her here in Buffalo, so we greet everybody to come at 1:30 p.m. on Harlem Road between the Thruway Plaza and the Cheektowaga Town Park. It's free. There will be 10 bands and 100 units for an hour-and-a-half parade, and everybody is Polish on July 19th for the Pulaski Day Parade.
I think that's really important to point out, right? That everyone is Polish for the parade. Everyone is welcome. You know, it is, of course, a Polish celebration of heritage, and Hot Lips is coming to Buffalo because of her connection, but everyone's Polish that day. Everyone's Polish for that parade, and it's very welcoming, arms wide open.
I almost married into the Polish population here in Buffalo. My kids could have been Polish, but
woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. You know, but this weekend we are all Polish, and I think this is great. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and the heritage is just going to be very, very wonderful to get into.
Sure, you're really going to have the opportunity to learn a lot about the Polish heritage, which Mira, you were mentioning to me earlier that every Saturday you run a school. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, the school, it's going to celebrate 60th anniversary of existing this year.
60th anniversary of the school.
Like I said, school was born when Polish veterans were coming after war. They were settling in Buffalo, and they were afraid that the kids gonna lose their heritage, history, and language. So they tried to do it. They tried once, it didn't work, but then they tried again, and till now we run that school. A school at the beginning was at St. Stan's in Buffalo, but about 17 years ago we moved it to Cheektowaga, and now we are at, by the St. John Gualbert Parish. It used to be called a Catholic school, and now we are using the classrooms over there.
Using the facility.
So, yes.
and it's every Saturday, and the kids who attend this school then can take this and they get credit. They get Regents credit in high school, so you know it's preserving the heritage and the language, and Mira teaches there.
Mira is an unsung hero of the Polonia in Western New York. She puts in hundreds of hours into the Pulaski Day Parade, which is the biggest event for the Polish community outside of New York City. It's the second largest Polish parade in the state of New York.
And you know, you pull a lot of people in from all around. You've got people who come down for your event from Rochester, Syracuse, Corning, Elmira, Erie,
Toronto, too.
St. Catharines, Hamilton, Burlington,
this
Toronto.
Year, there is for the first time we're gonna have dancing group, Polish folk dancing group from Hamilton.
So here we are in Western New York and in Buffalo, and you know, the Western New York folks come out and see what's happening here with this 3-day event. Of course, it's not just a parade. People are coming from Canada and all over the state.
Well, this is one of the largest Polish populations in the country, right?
Outside of Warsaw, the major cities are Chicago, Philadelphia, New York City, and Buffalo. We have about 350,000 Americans of Polish descent. Also, Amir and I have worked to get the Consul General of Poland coming in. Ursula Gasek will be coming in, and we have a famous author coming in from Toronto who's written many books about Polish history and culture. Eddie Zawadzki is coming in. He's also a broadcaster in Toronto, and he's coming to the parade too.
Tell us a little bit about General Pulaski.
Well, he was a Revolutionary War hero. He fought for freedom in both Europe and America, so we call him a hero of two continents. He's the father of the American cavalry. He was a right arm to General George Washington. He died at the tender age of 32 fighting for our freedom and gave his life for our freedom at age 32. That's why there's so many Pulaski parades. Nationally, you have highways, bridges, schools named after this great hero who started the American cavalry. So we've held this tradition since 1938. Mira has worked selflessly on this for the last 15 years, getting 10 units, 100 units, 10 bands, and about 100,000 people come out every year.
And the parade, of course, is just the feather in the cap, and all of Buffalo needs to come and be a part of the parade. But beyond the parade, this is a celebration that begins Thursday, July 16th, and you have things happening the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. This is a 4-day Western New York event. This is a family-friendly, really get involved event. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to be able to...
Mary Holtz works very hard with Councilman Jerry Kaminsky for the festival, and they have booths with food, arts, culture,
food,
handicrafts for sale. And then people will come on Sunday from the Polish American Festival in the Cheektowaga Town Park to our parade, and our people out of our parade go to the festival. So we feed off each other, but we have a wonderful relationship with Supervisor Holtz for the last 8 years, and everybody is proud of their Polish heritage, and it does bring people throughout Canada and the United States for this Polish weekend.
Now, is there any significance to the date, to this weekend, or is it just because it's summer and it's nice weather?
Well, to be honest with you, we used to have the parade 20 years ago in October. We had snow many times. We have tripled the attendance of the Pulaski Day Parade, moving it to July.
Okay.
Sure.
So it was 30, 40 degrees.
Right.
That's not a good time for a parade, which went in historical significance to the death of General Pulaski on October 11th. So we moved it to the 3rd Sunday in July. People love a parade in warm weather when they can be in their Polish red and white T-shirts and
sitting on the chairs,
on the lawn chairs. And
well, in Buffalo, I mean, summer is the time to do this. I mean, this is
the window.
This is the time that we get out and enjoy ourselves.
How is it, or why is it, that Western New York became such an area for immigration from Poland? Why did we have so many immigrants
Well, we
settle
had
here?
a lot of factories in the 1930s and 40s that hired a lot of Polish immigrants. Also the weather. My parents came from Warsaw, Poland after the war, and they found the weather to be similar in Buffalo as to Warsaw, Poland. But there were mostly jobs here for the Polish immigrants, a lot of blue-collar jobs for new immigrants to come here to escape Nazism and communism. And they love Buffalo, the Polish people. And one of our great immigrants is this young lady.
Mira.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also people, they were coming from New York, from all the ships, and you know, then they were coming where is closer.
Coming across the state, coming
Yes,
in
yes.
New
And then-
York and coming across the state.
Yes,
Sure,
exactly.
sure.
And then one neighbor was sending letter to another neighbor telling him it's the job, it's nice. So, and then I don't know if you know, but Polish American Congress was established in Buffalo also.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
1944.
We are big for Polonia, so we should remember
It's
that.
a very active Polish population, and one thing that's great, what Mira puts together, she gets all the veterans groups in the parade. She gets all the churches, the fire companies, the Polish youth in the native costumes. So it's a very colorful, exciting Polish
So
event.
it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great 4 days. Buffalo needs to show up. Remember, everyone is Polish at the parade.
And if you like MASH, and we all here at WBBZ love MASH, you gotta show up and just, you know, see Loretta Swit and show her how much you love MASH.
Show hot lips.
And please
Yep.
come to the reviewing stand in front of the Cheektowaga Town Park and greet her. She'll be there from 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Come, she'll give autographs. She'd love to meet all the Polish Americans throughout Western New York and Canada. She's very friendly, she's very bright, very cultured, and very charming. So she'd love to meet all the Polish Americans in Western New York.
If I may add something, we have at the parade, we also have businesses, Polish businesses, Polish Americans businesses, and that's a good thing to show what you do. And there is a free advertising also because Time Warner is filming everything.
It will be on 7 times in Time Warner, the whole parade. So they've been
Excellent.
very
Yes,
generous.
Excellent.
Very
Well,
good.
if you'd like more information on the parade and on the events, go to poloniamusic.com.